Every day, you wake up. You check your phone. You rush to work, scroll, consume, binge, sleep. Then you do it all over again. You call this life. But deep down, something gnaws at you. An unease, a fear, a silence too loud to ignore. What if you're not really living? What if all this is just a distraction from the one thing you don't want to face? The fear that controls us. Death. We avoid the word. We hide it behind euphemisms. Passed away. Gone too soon. Resting in peace. But it's the most certain part of your existence. Philosopher Ernest Becker argued in The Denial of Death that much of human behavior, from ambition to religion, is a way to avoid our own mortality. We build legacies, accumulate wealth, chase validation, not because we truly need them, but because they give us the illusion of permanence. We think, if I keep myself busy, I won't hear the ticking clock. But silence always returns. Distraction is the new God. Never in history have we had so many ways to avoid ourselves. Smartphones, social media, streaming, workaholism. Every second, another dopamine hit, another escape. Psychologists say the average person checks their phone over 90 times a day. But why? Because stillness terrifies us. Because silence reminds us that time is finite. Because looking inward might reveal a truth we are not ready to face. You don't need to sit by a campfire and stare into the stars to reflect anymore. Why would you, when you can just open Instagram? The psychology of escape. Psychologists call it terror management theory, the idea that humans, when reminded of death, cling to whatever gives them meaning or comfort. Religion, nationalism, consumerism, even toxic ideologies. The mind's main goal? To protect you from existential dread. But in doing so, it may be keeping you numb, alive, but unawake, safe, but not free. You weren't meant to merely survive. You were meant to live deeply, feel fully, love fiercely. But that means facing the terrifying truth. You are mortal. Modern life equals modern numbness. Everything around us is designed to keep us busy. Not present, not awake, just occupied. We've traded long walks for endless notifications, conversations for quick texts, contemplation for entertainment. But here's the paradox. The more we distract ourselves from death, the more we forget how to live. Facing death to find life. It doesn't have to be this way. Many cultures used to meditate on death, not to be morbid, but to remember how sacred life is. The Stoics had a term, memento mori, remember that you must die, not to make you sad, but to make you awake. Buddhist monks meditate beside human skulls. Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." And Viktor Frankl, survivor of Auschwitz, wrote that meaning is not something we find, but something we create, even in suffering. So maybe death isn't the enemy. Maybe it's the reminder. How to start living. Start by pausing. Ask yourself, when was the last time I felt truly alive? What would I do if I had just 1 year left? What am I afraid to feel? Cut through the noise. Spend time with silence. Let death be your teacher, not your enemy. Because when you embrace mortality, you begin to live urgently, authentically, honestly. You stop chasing likes and start chasing truth. You stop waiting for someday and begin now. One day, all of this will end. Your scrolling, your job, your story. The question isn't if you'll die. The question is, did you ever truly live? Don't fear the end. Fear the life you never claimed. Now go, turn off the noise, and start living.